Greetings, thank you for lending an ear to the voice of the times for Friday, October 22, 2021. For today's editorial, Untangling Snags and COVID-19 Vaccine Distribution. The country's vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. has good news and bad news. The good news is the Philippines already has about 39 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines stockpiled, with more doses arriving this month. The bad news is the vaccines are not being delivered fast enough to inoculation sites in several regions because of logistical problems. Galvez says it takes from 7 to 9 days before the vaccines could be administered after they leave the storage facilities. According to the global logistics company DHL Express, the ideal delivery time is from 2 to 7 days, never longer. DHL, which ships vaccines to 220 countries and territories, says it has not encountered delivery problems. To get into the country is not the bottleneck. Things get rough once you are in the country, and you do not have enough cooling facilities, and you don't have the local infrastructure. Unfortunately, this is the situation you may find in Southeast Asia and Africa, it adds. Galvez did not specify these snags in the supply chain, but assured that the government was addressing the logistical challenge at the regional, provincial, and municipal deployment and administration. We believe he owes the public a more detailed report. Based on the supply chain process laid down in the Philippine National Deployment and Vaccination Plan for COVID-19 vaccines, vaccines shipped to the country must be promptly brought from the airport to the government's central storage facility, where they are prepared and sorted before being deployed to inoculation locations all over the country. The process requires close collaboration between public health, external agencies, and community partners. It is imperative that the national and local agencies, public and private sectors, and other planning partners clearly understand each other's roles and responsibilities in the COVID-19 vaccination program, the plan states. The government has assembled technical working groups and advisory teams under the COVID-19 vaccine cluster that will serve as a unified command control, coordination, communication, and cooperation mechanisms that ensures the procurement, deployment of COVID-19 vaccine and the vaccination of identified eligible populations. Galvez heads the cluster. The arrival of the first vaccine shipments in March was greeted with much fanfare. There were delivery dry runs to plot delivery timetables. Police cleared traffic for the delivery trucks on their way to the central storage facility in Metro Manila and from the facility to vaccination sites in the metropolis. The mantra was to deliver the doses on time. As it turned out, supplying Metro Manila with the available doses was the easy part. Delivery to other areas become more difficult as the virus surged and the vaccine supply became erratic. Local governments began to complain that the national government was playing favorites in deploying the vaccines, a complaint Galvez has denied. Making strides since March, the country has come a long way in its war against COVID-19. It has fought off surges driven by deadly variants and retooled its lockdown strategy, replacing stifling community quarantines with what appears to be a more effective 4-level alert system. The number of COVID-19 cases nationwide continues to drop, and the virus has been confined to a number of regions in Luzon and Mindanao. The biggest achievement, however, is the significant increase in the number of people that have received COVID-19 shots. The inoculation of adolescents has also begun, clearing the way for the resumption of in-person classes. Over 24 million individuals have been fully vaccinated, and the target is to jab at least 50 million by Christmas. To hit that target, 1.5 million shots have to be administered daily, way above the current 7-day average of 388,000 shots a day. The war against the pandemic is far from won. Only 32% of the population have been fully vaccinated, far from the 80% needed to develop herd immunity. All the more reason for the government to see to it that the pace of the vaccination does not slacken. And that's the editorial for Friday, October 22, 2021. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and listen to the Voice of the Times.